Real question is, are you working? Holy fuck! So many things are working. I mean, Signal aside, like it took an hour yesterday for things to fuck up, but I have chat everywhere again. Like I actually have too much chat now. I have too many chats. I have 4 different places where your shit shows up now. Not till next Monday. I mean, yay for me. My bad. That sucks. Now we can tell you a story all about how my life got flipped and turned upside down, and I wanted to kill everybody, including myself. I mean, about the movie Triangle and the controllers I have. Mostly because you fucked up. What did you like? Accidentally request off the 2 days that they gave you, and they decided just to give you the entire week off instead of like changing the 2 days that you like mistakenly asked for off. I mean, yay for Christmas break. Say some bad words. Sing Holiday Spirits by Blink-182 or something. Because you started today. Oh, you thought you started today, so you quit on Friday. See, I thought you were still in the process of merging, so you had like this week left. So basically, I had your schedule right. Yeah, I thought you were still at Big 5 slash dollar this week, and then transitioning into next week the other place, the pharmaceutical representative. I mean, overdoing everything will do that to you when you're in stressful situations. I do a lot of that shit when I take these controllers in and stuff because I sit there and I fucking rush it. I'm like, oh my god, I gotta get it in today. And then like I forget something, I'm like, fuck. Alright, I'll bring that next time. Say some bad words, god damn it. Fuck, shit, fuck. I did? Oh. Well, Jesus. Oh, you did say I fucked up. Okay. So that one where it just says fuck, that doesn't show up anywhere but the multi-chat. Even on YouTube's dashboard, that one didn't show up. But it did show up in my multi-chat. So I'm gonna close out this chat since I have double YouTube there. And go to that. I need to redo all my fucking canvases though, which I don't know how because that took it's broken. Realistically, I don't have the word hoe blocked. You gotta watch this triangle movie. I watched it once and I've been on a fucking deep dive all day about it. I watched a 20-minute explanation of the ending and I don't fucking like it because I disagree with the guy and I agree with the first commenter down there, but I also have my addition to both of their points. Although he did a fucking amazing job. I gotta show you his little thing because it was pretty fucking cool. Okay, so crazy. So Triangle is a time loop movie. I did I asked I think I asked Kimmy for a list of movies that were about the multiverse and I gave it a few suggestions and it came up with this one and it's been on my list for a while of wanted to watch. But after watching it, I immediately found out it's not the fucking multiverse. Although the ending, I almost thought it was the multiverse for a minute. I was like, holy fuck, and that would have been absolutely wild. But no, it's just a time loop. When I say that like I'm disappointed, but I fucking love this movie now. So I don't know how to do this. It's supposedly this is like the most complex time loop movie from what the comments and shit that I've been reading. But yeah. It starts off it does that whole Tarantino kind of wraparound where it starts with the end and then it works its way to tell you how we got there and then finishes that and then loops back around to exactly where we saw and then gives you the next fucking thing. Is that even Tarantino? That's not him. Anyway, so we start off with Jess, the blonde girl, crying and consoling her autistic kid, saying like, "Oh, it's just a bad dream, blah blah blah. I get bad dreams. You know what you do." And then she goes on about her day, and then all of a sudden, she ends up very distraught suddenly, and with her friends at a yacht. And she's acting weird. They notice she's acting weird. And then all of a sudden, there's a storm. Well, first there's no wind. And then there's a storm. And then the yacht crashes. And then there's a ghost ship. And then they all board the ghost ship. And then, they all start dying. But she's essentially killing them all. But not her. The her that got there before they did, because this is a loop. So that's what all this is essentially. And what this dude gets wrong is he has two definitive Jesses. There's actually three definitive Jesses, and that is confirmed on IMDb. So there's the original Jess that's essentially it goes like this. There's the victim Jess, there's the angry, guilt-ridden Jess, and then there's the syphilis-ridden, gotta push a boulder up the mountain Jess, the Greek god. I know it's not syphilis, but you get the point. So there's those three Jesses. And in my opinion, it's even more confirmed with the whole triangle theme, because that's represented in multiple aspects throughout the whole fucking movie. That, it's triangle. The boat's name is Triangle. The journey that she goes on is a triangle, and there's three of her representing different parts of her own psyche. And you get to the boat, and she's killing everybody, but then you find out like she has to kill them all to get off the boat, because that's the only way that the thing resets. So she's trying to fix the time loop, and she ends up trying to save people, but then she ends up trying to kill them, and then she turns up to be the one that sends them all to their death to begin with, and then she finally finishes her own loop, and then ends up back home and everything, only to find out that she's outside the door of an abusive version of herself, which is why I was like, holy fuck, it is a multiverse movie. And so she just promptly goes in, because she smacks the fuck out of her autistic kid because he spilled some paint or something, and she's chewing him the fuck out, and she goes in there with the fucking sledgehammer and kills the fuck out of herself. And then that's when she starts hugging her kid, and is crying and consoling him like, it's okay, it's just a bad dream, it's just a bad dream. And then the loop begins again. Now, here are my theories about this. I'm still trying to figure out if her journey on the yacht with her friends was ever real to begin with. One thing that I'm almost 100% certain of, she killed her fucking son. She killed him, and that's why she's stuck in this purgatory hell of a time loop. Now, in my theory, she killed him, hid his body, and he's been missing, which I have found tidbits of a possible missing poster that was supposed to be presented, but never introduced into the movie. Can't confirm that, though. But that would prove my theory, that she killed him, he's missing, and when she goes on the boat ride, only Greg is the one that knows the story. So when she pauses for 20 seconds and is like, when dude asks why she didn't bring her son with her, and she's like, he's in school, and she's like completely, like, she looks like she's about to cry or some shit. And that's why, because he's dead already, and she's guilt-ridden. And everybody else, well, the police and the one dude thinks that he's missing, and then they go on their thing, they do capsize and get saved. I don't know how that all ends up after that, though. But I do think that she killed her son, and that's why she's in a split psyche triangle hell, just looping back at herself. Let's see. This guy is kind of going in on, what was it? The two versions. He focuses on the two versions. The victim one and the angry one. He kind of entirely glosses over the middle one here, which is the perspective one, watching and pushing that boulder, or metaphorical boulder, aka this time loop, continuously. But yeah, fucking love this movie now. It's absolutely absurd how much you're given and don't fucking realize it until your second watch through. Like, I haven't even watched it through twice yet. I started it earlier and I got like, I don't know where to go. Oh, there it is. Yeah, I got 20 minutes back into it. But yeah, it's crazy. Cause I don't know why this won't work on Peacock on Brave. It actually is seemingly, won't let me rewind and stuff because of the ads. I was gonna try to show you screen caps. All right, we got it on Tubi. Where we at? Yeah, boom. That's how it starts. And boom, that's how it ends. Wait, right there. And then, of course, we get the next 5 minutes of watching it play out and then starting over. And it's crazy too, because even on the loops, you see the same scenes play out, but there's minuscule differences. Like if you watch the scene by scenes or the side by sides, there's like the camera pans slightly differently, or they focus on somebody else's face, or one word is changed, or two words are changed, or the inflection on the words are changed. Like it's very subtle. It is on Tubi. Infinity Chamber was pretty good too. That was a good one. AI, government, black ops sites. That was one of the movies that I watched and actually enjoyed, but forgot I watched and watched it again and made it the whole way through and actually enjoyed it again. I remember I was like, oh yeah, I have watched this one the whole way. But the triangle, man, fucking nuts. A lot of comments about trying to point out the flaws in the time loop, but I don't think they're extremely pertinent. Because like one of the main ones is, you know, if this is a time loop, why don't the bodies in certain areas just pile up? You know, when there was realistically only one area that we saw that had piles of one body. And then another area where at the very end she hits the seagulls. Let's see if I can find it. Yeah, right here. Right at the end, we get another symbolistic thing with seagulls killing them. And then all of a sudden, she never made it out of the loop. She's still there. It's still looping. She just hasn't finished this iteration yet, which she will in the next 2 minutes. And I'm not going to show you what happens next. Oh, I didn't even show you what happens now. There. She picked up a seagull that she hit with her car and then threw it over the thing as she like tilted her head and saw this pile of seagulls, indicating she's definitely done this before many times. But the seagull and this scene are the only times we ever see piles. That's even more. But to be fair, we do see her distinctively get rid of at least 2 bodies during the rest of it. So, in my theory, you know, she cleans up some of them. So there's definitely more than 30 bodies here. I just tried to count. Well, we've been on for 30 minutes and no error whatsoever yet, so that's cool. Well, I mean, the whole point of it is supposed to be that it's an infinite loop. And there's plenty of indications of that throughout the movie as well. You know, with like infinite signs, sideways eights, and that kind of symbolism. But that YouTube guy even goes into it like we're not supposed to know how far back this goes or how far forward this goes, just that it is theoretically endless. And she keeps thinking and trying to end it, but even though, you know, she makes slight changes, you know, throughout her attempts, it never ends any differently. But it's supposed to stretch back infinitely and stretch forward infinitely. And you know, some people were commenting about being confused at, well, if she made it through, you know, why doesn't she remember, or you know, things like that. But realistically, I mean, she does experience deja vu throughout the whole movie in different, you know, parts of her own selves. And aside from that, there's a good indication that the points at where she falls asleep is the points at where she forgets that she has been through this before. Most notably, at the very end, when she is taken back to the docks to get on the boat again, she is just waking up to get out of the taxi that takes her there. And she's kind of dazed when she gets up. So that explains why she's dazed in the beginning when she first meets them. Indubitably. Oh yeah, now I can tell you about other stuff. So I've been putting off an Xbox controller and a PlayStation controller because they're, you know, the super expensive ones, and I assumed they'd be a lot more difficult to take apart. I was right. Oh my god. The PlayStation 5 one, that's essentially the Xbox Elite version of controllers, is it took me almost 2 hours just to put it back together. Just to put it back together. It's fucking absurd, dude. Oh my god. That controller comes so apart. And not only that, it's fucking modular. And the modular pieces come apart. Oh my god. It started out so nice, and then it got so not nice. God fucking damn it. Look how many fucking pieces that is. Not to mention, and right here, he hasn't even taken apart these yet. And he still takes apart these too. God, there's like 12 screws just to get this case off. Then each of these has 6 screws. These 2 circuit boards have 2 screws each. Fucking these have 2 screws each, plus then once you take them off, they have another few screws. Then this board has like 4 screws. Something's missing here because it goes on top of this board. It's for the battery, and that gets another, I think, 2 or 3 screws. Oh my god, fuck PlayStation. And this is a 30-minute video of him tearing it down and fucking putting it back together. Oh. Right, this is what I'm saying. You're telling me I have to remove everything just to get to the buttons? Yes. You have to remove all of this just to get to these buttons. All of this just to get to these buttons. The main ones that you need to clean. Yeah, fuck that. It's so insane. Like, why is the middle part 4 different pieces? Actually, 5 different pieces realistically. The left hand, the right hand, the center holding thing, then the actual center cell, then the back part of the center cell. That's just for the base part. Fucking absurd. Oh, I really want to, knock the fuck out of those controllers, mostly, because I want to get money. But I also need to probably eat something and stretch. Oh, what do we got? What do we got? Okay, so I have 11 controllers right now. So realistically, this should take me about 5 hours to bang out. Food would probably do you good. Stretching as well. Yeah, so the first thing I fixed was the the fact that OBS like always says it crashed when I shut it down. Apparently, you can't right click and close OBS, or at least anymore, or at least with my install. All I've determined is that when I personally right click and close OBS, every time it will consider it a crash. The only two acceptable ways for my version of OBS with my personal settings that are acceptable to close it are file and exit or the X button. Those are the only two ways that do not yield those errors. I found that out. Can't figure out a way to fix it, but I found it out. Then there was a couple other pop-ups that you know were saying it had errors every time that OBS would run. Really, they haven't been coming up now. And of course, you know, I have the chat again, so yeah. See, realistically speaking, metaphorically thinking, if you look at it, these controllers take me about 5 hours. I could do nothing tonight, just stretch, watch the triangle a couple times, and obsess about these controllers, and then just do them all tomorrow. And yeah. I'm also trying to, you know, get enough money to get the rest of my supplies, and then enter 2026 with like a quote unquote clean slate. I think yeah, think about 250. Yeah, try to get, let's just say 300 by the end of the month. And then I will have so much shit. I will have virtually 2 packs of each thermal pad in case of, you know, the consoles or whatever console. You know, at that point it wouldn't matter which one. I'll have a fuckload of cotton swabs, 50 little brushes, 100 other little brushes, and then of course, you know, a backup of my face creams. And then what else is there? Oh yeah, I got an Ariel's talk thing that's on the list, because like she does seem like, you know, we've been learning and kind of talking new things. So I want to try to get her one of those buttons so that she can just actually talk back. That way I can discern the difference of what she's trying to fucking do, especially with food. I want to get one for her so that she can tell me if she wants wet or dry, so I don't fucking sit there trying to figure out which one she fucking wants. That's a good way to roll into it. Oh yeah, and then the last thing on the list is a one of those parts organizers with 44 drawers. Get that for the stuff, because right now it's starting to pile up on me. I was hoping to wait on it, because like I've just been, you know, mindlessly putting them in my list just to, you know, get the idea of, oh, yeah, I need to look for one of those. But now all of a sudden, like even this last trip that I went to on the game shop, not today, but the one before, he gave me a bunch of fucking parts to add to my collection. So I've got even more thumbstick replacements now. Yeah, I haven't been able to find the actual size that I want, but I found one close enough, I think, so I'm just gonna roll with that. Pretty sure they got a used one. Yeah, they still got used ones. And then, you know, aside from that, I am kind of in the back of my mind debating on a new stem and riser and handlebars. But at the same time, I'm also just working on my seat positioning to try to see if that helps. Because so far, I don't know. I feel like sizing for a bike is significantly more difficult than sizing for a suit. I would love to get fit for a bike, but I don't know of any shops. I did find one that seemed to pop up that I think might be recent, but I have no idea. I need to check it out more and, you know, see how fucking expensive it's gonna be. Proper shelves for your craft stuff. Speaking of shelves, I did find a nice little ends stand or table or dresser drawer. I don't know. It was a really tiny fucking little table, but it had 2 drawers in it. Looked nice. I didn't see anything wrong with it, but it was out in the, you know, somebody's yard free on my way down to the game shop today. I can definitely tell you that getting the new seat and adjusting the way that I sit has at least significantly helped. No bugs. I don't know. I was riding. I was riding my bicicleta. I didn't look. I didn't stop because I was like, ooh, a dresser, and then I was like, I don't fucking need that shit. Where the fuck am I gonna put it? It's so small. Why the fuck would I need something like that? And I just kept going. You know, I really wanted to go back and get it. I don't think you truly understand, like, how much shit I have in such little fucking space. Like, I don't have room for a goddamn thing else. I somehow managed to take out my workout bench from the closet, and now I am keeping it in my bedroom, next to my bed. I've just created a new routine with it. it sits blocking that dresser there entirely, and then I pile on Ariel's stairs when neither of us are using them, and then when I put Ariel on the bed, she uses her stairs real quick, and then I flip the bench press up there, and then put the stairs on top of that so that, you know, it creates a little wall so that she doesn't jump off while I'm vacuuming, and then rinse and repeat. That is the absolute one thing that I don't like about any AI, though. I was going back to the triangle, because I was trying to find out more fucking information and for it to give me sources. At least Kimmy does, you know, straight up link you sources. Like I was trying to find because I couldn't find on Google sources. I just could find comments of people talking about it missing. So I looked and it was giving me all these sources over here, but I still can't find fucking confirmation of the missing poster. But yeah, it tends to make up shit for movies quite often. Like, I know it does that for, you know, everything, but in movies even more so. Yeah, because like at first it was telling me that it was in this specific scene at this specific timestamp. So I went back and looked, and I was like, no, the fuck, it's not. And it's like, oh, you're right. My bad. It's actually at this point, I was like, I don't think it's even in the fucking movie. Like, where all I can find is Reddit. Like, oh yeah, you know, I see it's talked about a few times on, you know, Reddit, and then it's mentioned in an interview. It's like, yeah, what fucking interview? Because like I can find Reddit comments, but I can't find any interviews or anything else that actually says with certainty that the director was like, yeah, I wanted to put a missing poster for the kid in, but decided not to. I think for movies, it really leans into the fan fiction and takes from there when you try to get specific with things. Why haven't we done that with AI large language models yet, or have we? Like, give it a course on fucking what's that class called that I still need? Research methods? Tell it how to fact check and fucking look for peer-reviewed studies and shit. You know? God damn it. Yeah, I think that, yeah, I need to take abnormal psych and research methods in order to get my psych degree. One class I was really looking forward to, and one class I really wasn't. Take the courses. Take all the courses. Just, you know, don't be manic about it like I was that one semester. You don't need to take 28 units. You know, I learned that you can apply for double overtime. It just requires 2 signatures. I guess that was the second point, was you can apply for overtime, double overtime for college units. You just need to get double the signatures. It's pretty fun. Everybody was sitting there trying to talk me out of it, like, you know, this is a lot of fucking shit to try to learn. It's a lot of homework and shit. I was like, fuck you. You know, it's either this or I kill myself. So you should, you tell me. And lo and behold, I took all the units. I did end up dropping math though. That's the only class I couldn't keep up with. You don't have the money. That's why you apply for the poor people's classes. That's what the FAFSA's for. You realize, like, I have legitimately around 13 plus years of community college under my belt. Like, and I've the only thing I've ever paid for is supplies, parking, and, you know, books when I got those. What's one of the classes? What do you mean? If it's at a fucking accredited school, what do you mean? That doesn't make sense. Like, unless you're trying to go and take a Reiki class at your local shaman, I'm pretty sure you can get FAFSA. $100%, I think you can get a FAFSA for that. Like, they're not going to give you, you know, the Pell Grant. You're not going to get $5,000 or, you know, any shit like that. But they will at least, I shouldn't say will. They should at least cover your courses. Which is generally, I forgot how much a unit. But I'm assuming if that's the only class you need, or if that's the only class you want, the library science degree. Yeah, I don't know how many are in that. But let's say you need, what is it? 12 units is an average semester. So, what is it? Like $20, $40 a unit? Either way, the FAFSA should cover the fucking unit cost. I mean, you've got a fucking week off. Apply. The worst they can do is say, we're sorry, we've decided to pursue other applicants or whatever. Which, you know, you should be used to by now. And then if you get accepted, you could always be like, I'm not gonna fucking do that because I got other shit to do right now. That's the beauty of it. Who knows? Maybe you fill it out, you find out you get accepted for free fucking library course, and then you get to do that and a new cool job in the next year. Then maybe we get 2 new jobs. Then you can yell at people, be quiet while you reorganize the hentai. Yeah, I'm really hoping that, you know, I can sustain on just, you know, working for this game shop, but also for myself. But you know, I'm also not ready for too much, to be overwhelmed. I just, you know, want to make enough to live slightly. I gotta say, I mean, I think if even if I could just get 4 consoles from regular people a month instead of the shop, then you know that would be a good set thing. 'Cause that's like $400 a month right there. Boom. 30% for tax. Boom. I gotta start trying to figure out how the fuck to do all that too now. I've been stressing out about that this week. Like, fuck, taxes coming. Like, I'm gonna file for taxes next year because I've been, you know, cleaning controllers for a month or two. Oh, I know. I mean, that's been the whole time, but I'm trying not to focus too much on that. To the point of where I, you know, end up just remaining stuck. Well, like I said, you got the week off. You got something to do now. Fucking look up the schedule, apply for FAFSA. We'll see what happens. I've got 2 degrees I need to finish. Psychology and web design. I have a graphics design degree. I need a web design degree. Yeah. And then I just need to learn how to fucking do art. And 3D animation. Fuck. But I've already taken 1 Maya class. So there's only 2 more Maya classes. I find it absolutely absurd. So far, I have never seen anybody use Maya on social media ever in my life. Never. And now all of a sudden, the other day, somebody came across my For You page that is teaching you how to use Maya. Who the fuck out there on TikTok is using Maya? Oh, okay. It's gotten more affordable now. It's only $2,000 a year. Originally, this was the price of Maya. This was the only price of Maya. You could only get a 3-year subscription, and it was only $6,000. That was the only way you could fucking get Maya. Well, unless you were a student. But yeah. So apparently, since I've gone to school, which was just before COVID, they have finally added a year subscription for the low, low price of $2,000. It looks like they even have a monthly one now. Almost $300 a month. Yeah, so that's a lot more than this. That's almost double this. Paying $255 a month is almost double $2,000 a year. Fuck. But hey, now they have a monthly fee. That's crazy. And they have a year subscription. They've made it more accessible. It's 3D animation software. Yeah, if you didn't see the fucking thing on there, like that's shit that they use in like Wicked and, you know, all the Marvel universe, fucking Hollywood. Like that's the industry standard for 3D animation. It's basically, you know, Adobe, but for 3D animation and also on crack. Yeah, if you want to get into visual effects, good fucking luck. You gotta be born rich. I hated 3D animation so much. I like sculpting. Like, I don't mind that part of 3D animation on the back end, but I hate fucking front end development version of scope 3D animation. That shit's fucking horrible. God awful. I'd love to do it, but I'd, you know, love a better instructor for one, and for two, I would love to be actually fluent in artistic ability. I have like 17 skills lined up that I need to learn and work on, including like multiple languages. But yeah, art, 3D animation, that's on there. It'll all just be so much easier if, you know, somebody would just give me a million or few dollars. Yeah, inflation's been pretty bad. Give me a couple million. Tariffs. Better make it like 30. 30 million. And then I'll learn all the things, do all the stuffs, take all the pictures, make all the videos. Exactly. It'd be so much easier if we didn't have to pay for everything, pay for anything, and we lived for fucking 1,000 years. Did you ever watch The Good Place? I forgot. Some of it? Wait. That's because you said you watch bits and pieces of all of it, right? Well, we're past an hour now and no buffering or errors or anything. Oh, that's right. That's right. That's that show. There was another one we talked about. And you've just seen bits and pieces of all of it, though. I remember that. I keep thinking about it because I swear to God, it feels so accurate with today's climate of, you know, canceling and whatnot. Like, I swear to God. Swear to God. Somebody was talking about, you know, canceling Spotify the other day and this and that, and fucking a bunch of the comments that were like, you know, the top rated were all something along the lines of like, you know, oh, so, you know, you could say that, but then, you know, you're using an iPhone. Like, I swear to God, everybody's on fucking The Good Place, you know, morality value things, but like also doesn't meet it themselves. Oh yeah, Supernatural was the one that we had talked about. Black Mirror doesn't matter. I'm pretty sure we had talked about that, but then I was leaving like, yeah, it doesn't matter if you watch that out of order or not because it's anthology. But Supernatural was the one that I remember we were talking about definitively. I'm pissed off because I was literally just thinking up about, maybe I can start thinking about adding Spotify to my bills again. And then all of a sudden I hear about, these ice ads and fucking, we're canceling Spotify. I'm like, fuck, what are we gonna use? Don't make me go back to Pandora. I sure as shit ain't gonna use Apple Music. The fuck else we got? Ja Rules shit? No, fucking Jay-Z shit. Who the fuck made that tanked ass fucking streaming service that's still around but like nobody ever used? I guess there's YouTube. Fuck that, I'm not paying for YouTube, god damn it. I know that was my first thought. It was like, at least I still got my 160 gig iPod. I just don't have my 160 gig worth of music. That's all on my hard drive that I still haven't figured out how the fuck to access. Amazon Music? No, wait. Do I have that just automatically? Because I mean, you know what? Maybe. If it's already in my package like fucking Prime is, fuck it. Maybe. Fuck Amazon. I agree, but like at the same time, there's no other options for me personally. Well, it's not just that. Like I only do $7 I think for Amazon because of my Snap qualifications, and then of course the food that I get on there is at discount already because it's in bulk generally, and then of course it usually knocks off a couple more dollars, making it even more cheaper. I forgot what I was looking for. Now that I remember, I can't find it. Where the fuck is Apple Music? Like, oh, Amazon Music. Here we go. Amazon Music. Music. Why are there so many? The fuck? Ad free. Put in Prime. All right. Choose at least 3 artists. We will go. How crazy can we make this selection? We'll go Sabrina Carpenter. Then who? Then who? Fuck it. Little Big? Or should we go like Rammstein? The only thing that I don't like about Rammstein is they're too westernized. Ironically, saying that as, you know, a pretty much German only vocalizations. But I mean, like, I have way too much music. No, you fucking don't. No, you don't. No, you don't. You don't know what too much music is. Exactly. That's the point I was saying. Like I want to choose them because they're, you know, German, but then I think about the implications of what that means, and it's like, yeah, they're German, but like at the same time, it's like Amazon's probably gonna be like, oh yeah, but you like Rammstein, which, you know, people like Disturbed now. If they like Rammstein, I don't know. I don't want Disturbed. I want fucking German. But this, you know, if I get Little Big, what's gonna be with that? Avatar? What the fuck? I mean, I'd say cute Lady Gaga's I'm on the Edge of Glory, but, you know, fuck Lady Gaga. Swedish metal band. Korpiklani. I'm also getting sick of hearing so many people praise 50 Cent after his fucking documentary. Like, just because you know, and you know, bring him up, you know, I'm not hating people enough. Like, motherfucker, yeah, you should have learned that in the lesson with Keanu Reeves, Kendrick Lamar. Like, that's the first time somebody's been at my level. Like, keep up. You just heard about what the other day? The 50 Cent documentary? You heard about that days ago, like the day it came out, because I was like, hey, I watched 20 minutes of it, but then found out there's 8 episodes and they're an hour each, and I said, fuck that. Yeah. Yeah. I didn't go into detail. No, I did not. That's all I said. Was I watched like 20 minutes and then found out it was 8 episodes, which was there's 8 hours, and I said, fuck that. That's about all I said. Yeah, from what I've heard, like we get confessions of I forgot who, Keith, the shooter, alleged, and the alleged hits, plus everybody talking about the fact that, you know, Diddy not only put the hits out, but he also made Biggie pay for his own fucking funeral and then danced up on it. And then everybody bringing up the fact, like, why we not notice P. Diddy never closes his mouth? Like, we did, just, you haven't been paying attention. I like the fact that some people are, because they pointed out different points in time with pop culture that actually has, made fun of the fact that P. Diddy has never been caught with his mouth closed. Oh yeah, P. Diddy also wasn't happy about it and sent 50 Cent, or his son sent 50 Cent, an old school death threat, which 50, immediately posted on Instagram, like, the fuck is this? Like, the fuck you gonna do? Just laughing his ass off. You know what? I'm gonna no yell. I mean, I'm no little big. I'm gonna go yell. We're gonna go French dance pop. Oh fuck, that's even more with Sabrina Carpenter. God damn. All right, whatever. We're gonna switch it up now. Trying to keep it obscure. Bring it back to Electric Six? Fuck it. That's about as eccentric as it gets. There's Electric Callboy. How do I go next? What the fuck? Whatever. What the fuck is this? Get Drake the fuck off this shit. I've got some interesting suggestions right off the bat. You got Andy Williams, Zach Bryan, Bing Crosby, Bad Bunny, fucking Drake. There we go. Kesha, Charlie 6C, Daya. I met Daya. I tried to meet Kesha, but I met a whole bunch of other gay people instead. And realistically, we had a lot of fun, so I guess it was kind of the same. Yeah, I was drunk as fuck at that concert, and then I kept buying this dude next to me drinks because I didn't want to drink alone. And then after the concert, you know, I went to try to go where everybody thought she was going to be popping out, you know, for her bus or whatever. And then a group of people collected, and then a group of people dwindled down, and then a small select few of us started running from like point to point because like people were somehow getting notifications like, oh, like somebody spotted her over here, like, oh, like so and so found her on Instagram over here, like, you know, doing all kinds of weird detective work. I just fucking ran with it. We were running everywhere. This is probably good for sobering up. Yeah, I went alone to that concert. I'm pretty sure like that's the only way to really do anything anymore. So much simpler. Yeah, I want to know what my fucking difference is. Because it's I have or Amazon Music apparently, but it's also giving me the option to upgrade. Holiday deal, zero, you know, $0 for 3 months. But like, what the fuck's the difference if I've already got it? Am I gonna get ads like once the holidays are done, or do I like not get access to the audiobooks here, but I do there? Like, what the fuck is the difference? Just tell me, show me. See, this is annoying. Block explicit songs. Why can't I block clean songs? I don't want to hear that edited bullshit. Where's my explicit only songs button? Oh, I think I'm finding out the difference. I think as it stands, it's kind of like, you know, Spotify or anything else. Like, this version that I have might be ad-free, but it also, I can't choose what songs to listen to or skip or anything. Like, it's just, I press play and let it happen. I don't know, but I'm not worried about music right now. I need to stretch. So tomorrow, I'll try to do all of the controllers. And then I'll get them in by Hopefully Wednesday. Hopefully he'll have more, and then I can get paid, and I can order some fun things, and then I can do those ones, and then get paid and order some more fun things. Then I can get more, and then get paid, and then maybe get the last of a couple things, and then start doing it and hoarding money like a feral squirrel. And then try to figure out how the fuck to do taxes. I know I want to look into quarterly payments for self-employment. I was, thinking raccoon. I was thinking raccoon, but, they're not known hoarders. Squirrels, on the other hand, like to shove nuts deep in their mouth and then hoard them like the world is ending. Now I don't know what I want to do tonight. Do I want to watch The Triangle again or leave the world behind? Technically, at this point in time, I do have enough time to watch both. But that would require me sitting for a while. At least watch one of them. At the moment, I do feel like I've done way too much sitting and not stretching and stuff today. What is my fucking avatar doing? Jesus, he's still going at it down there. Shimmy, shimmy, cocoa, what? Listen to me now. Bibbidi bobbidi boopin'. God damn it, I was gonna go get a peanut butter and jelly like an hour ago and I still haven't. The fuck, Alice? These batteries are weak. Just like Quentin Tarantino's take on Phil Dano. Paul Dano. These batteries are weak, 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 weak. Just like your mom. Oh wow, that one's good. That one's also good, but I don't want to give them back to him, and I don't want because I don't want them mixed. Oh, you fuckstick! All right, I gotta go put these batteries in the battery bag anyway, so I'll be right back. So I got a dollop and it's not Daisy. All right. Well, I am gonna watch Triangle. Un triangle. If I can fucking find which goddamn window it's in. Jesus fucking Christ. Boom. First try. It just took like 20 minutes. Did I watch it on Tubi? I'm gonna watch it on Tubi. Fuck Peacock, you got ads. I don't think Tubi does. Well, then again, on Brave, they should be non-existent. I got an Uncrustable, which, you know, is not really the right word for it, because it does definitely still have a crust. How much more about Triangle do you want to hear? Or should I avoid any spoiling? Speaking of spoiling, there's food in there that spoils. No, but really. You know what would be fucking amazing to me? Is to actually record each portion of the movie and watch it simultaneously. So you see all three iterations at once. You can keep talking. See, there's an indication at the beginning, aside from, you know, the fact that, you know, she's holding him and crying and all that, but there's a boat in the pool that's capsized that they have. So I fucking want to know how much of this is real and what actually happened and what is the point of not happening, if any. Like, I do feel like she did go on the boat, the yacht with her friends, and it did capsize. But then what? Did they all actually die on that capsize? Did they ever get on that boat? The other boat that allegedly saved them? Or did she die and her purgatory is essentially wanting to have gone on the boat and think that he was just at school the whole time. So she never actually made it to the boat with them. They never actually went on the yacht, but she was invited. So she died before all of that, essentially. But the only part of that that doesn't make sense to me is like they do have their own interactions in there that kind of indicates that they are on that yacht and they did have these conversations. So I don't know. And see, one of the other things that I find ironic is the fact that one of the girls that is in the beginning that's never even really, well, actually she is mentioned again, but she's never seen again throughout the entire movie. She said something along the lines of, you know, oh, bad dreams are supposed to be the cure for a stressful reality, because the main girl in there is asleep again, and she comes in, she's like, what's wrong? I had a bad dream. Like, oh, bad dreams are supposed to be the cure for reality stresses or something like that, which just further leads to the point of the fact that she's going through this horrible traumatic dream over and over and over again to elude from the fact that she was a horrible goddamn mother and ended up killing her fucking son. You know? Do you hit buffering? I didn't get anything. And I don't see anything. It's still got great signal. Not really bouncing around much. No rendering or encoding lag. I guess keep me posted. Dude, has my guy even fucking left the corner? He's just been edging this whole time. Yes, I guess he's really more just cornering. I mean, has it stopped? Or is it still fucked up and buffering? Enter the void, he really is. I don't know, what are you looking at? I already asked you if you wanted food. Like, fuck you. Oh, well, that's good. Yeah, fuck your ad break. Yeah, see, this whole scene in the beginning is kind of what throws off most of my theories, is because they're all talking to each other without her presence whatsoever, and they're talking about her. So, like, if they were just, you know, iterations of themselves in purgatory, that she's, you know, figments of her own imagination, whatever, why the fuck are they having these conversations without her? Like, is it straight up just a matter of we're supposed to assume that they are figments and like this is for our benefit? But again, how would she know about these conversations? Like, it doesn't make sense. This is the only part that doesn't really make sense for me so far. Because the one dude that ran into her at the beginning that you know, was asking her why she didn't bring her kid with her. Now the dude that invited her is like, "Hey, what was that? Like, why were you saying she was acting weird, you know, back at the dock?" And then now he's telling him like, "Well, because like I was asking her about her kid and she like dazed and confused and stared off into space for 20 minutes or 20 seconds before she even answered. And then she said something about school. Like, it's Saturday. Like, that doesn't make any fucking sense." That was the whole conversation they're having right now. While she's downstairs in bed. And then, of course, you know, the other people are talking about how, you know, they got invited and one of them's there, you know, she wanted her friend to hit on him instead of her, and this weird love triangle thing, but she doesn't like the girl. Ariel, what the fuck are you looking at? All right. Let's start testing controllers. Oh, fuck. Fuck the PlayStation, man. God damn it. As soon as I plug this bitch in and change my audio settings. Buttons, 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 buttons. They work. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh, okay. So this button kind of works, but not really. Interesting. I don't like that. Oh, fuck. I didn't realize how fucked up this joystick was to begin with. I mean, I have other ones, but they're not red, like this one. I guess fuck it. See if we can... what we can do about this. There's this line here that same girl utters. As she, you know, takes the main girl away from the dude that invited her. She says, you know, because the girl that hates the main girl wants her to go over and hit on this dude, even though this chick wants to go and hit on this other dude. If any of that makes sense. So she goes and takes the main chick away from the dude and talks to the dude that she's supposed to hit on, but instead of hitting on him, she immediately tells him, like, hey, it's not like that. I'm not, you know, just so you know, I'm not interested. And that line, even on IMDb, is supposed to be a dual meaning of she's not interested in him or in playing this stupid fucking loop over and over and over, which is, again, why she's not in the rest of it. Enough for you to understand. That's all that needs be. That one works. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Okay. Oh, fuck. God damn it. Doesn't work. The left joystick is fucked up. Well, guess we'll see what we can do with that. Realistically, I mean, if it's stick drift, then I can fix it. That's a couple more dollars. But if it's stick drift and I can't fix it, then it's absolutely no dollars. and a waste of like an hour. So that's the downside. Although I am trying to start keeping the broken ones that I think I can fix. Or at least that I want to start trying to learn how to fix. Like, fuck PlayStation. If I don't have the ribbon for that, then fuck it. Fuck it. Get out of here. All right. Buttons. Oh, fuck. That's a lot of stick drift. That's a lot of stick drift. Jesus Christ. On both of these. I honestly might have to get these done tomorrow regardless, just to get money in my account by Saturday. No, I don't do spare parts. Like, I know, dude's giving me a couple controllers to hang on to for spare parts, but I try to fucking refurbish 100. Sometimes it just takes me a while. God damn it, dude. You gotta be kidding me. Does he got stick drift too? Fuck. Fuck. He's really making me work for it. Fuck. Fuck. Also, depending on how I fix it, depends on how much time I spend on it. Because if I just gotta spray some BW100 on it, call it a day, that's nice. That's not so bad. But if I gotta rip open those fucking potentiometers and shit, clean that fucking thing out, aww. You kidding me? Are you kidding me? Dude, do any of these fucking work? God damn it. This one's missing entire section of buttons. I think it may need a new ribbon. That's the first PS4, PS3 one I've even seen that needs a new ribbon. Fuck. And it's got stick drift. Slight. Very slight. That one may just be a spray. But it's still got buttons that don't work. And the entire directional pad doesn't work. The left bumper doesn't work. Jesus. And yeah, there is minor stick drift. Fuck, dude. God damn. Oh my god, does this one work? This one's got no issues? No issues! Woo! First one! One out of 11. Fuck. Why doesn't my mic work? Oh, there it is. I'll be right back. Fuck you. That's seriously unfortunate. I don't like any of this. I don't know. These people may be parts of her subconscious because this dude's asking her, like, is it your kid? Do you feel guilty? Like, what the fuck's going on with you? Oh, yeah, I was gonna say. I think they actually may have both died on their way to the boat. And that's perhaps why, he asked, like, oh, hey, where's your kid? I thought he was supposed to be here. Fuck, dude. And those controllers are absolutely disgusting. I do not want to touch them right now. I don't know what it is, but for some reason, most of the GameCube ones I've seen look fucking grody, dude. Like they look like a 7-year-old child. You know? Something that's been out on the playground all day, running around in the dirt and building sandbox shit. What fucking child with sticky fingers is using a goddamn GameCube controller in 2025? And yeah, I know, like, back in the day, but this is like this controller is probably as old as you are. They can't afford iPads. They can't afford a goddamn GameCube. Trust me. You know how much this shit is? I still can't even get a fucking adapter for it myself because A, dude won't give one to me because they're so goddamn expensive, and B, I can't get one on my own because they're so fucking goddamn expensive. It's the only fucking adapter I don't have. The adapter alone for the wireless controller is at minimum like $55. At absolute minimum. And the GameCube controllers themselves are apparently pretty lucrative as well, like the wired ones. I've got one of each right now, a wired one and a wireless one. They both look like they've been dug up from a fucking sandlot. But yeah, for some reason, GameCube is one of the more expensive consoles, retroactively speaking. Pretty absurd. Disappointment. 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 Triangle. Verb. Alright, I'm just gonna try to write down all the fucking errors with these. Holy fuck. So there's basically only 5 that actually work. Literally less than 50%. Holy shit. I don't know. Guess I fixed that. You're back. I'm fucking angry. I was testing the last two controllers while you were gone. They were both the GameCube ones. I didn't even bother with the wireless one. I just decided, fuck it. It either works or it doesn't. I'm just gonna clean it because it's too goddamn dirty to even test. It's even hairy. It's disgusting. And then the other one, I tried to test it. Apparently somebody ran it the fuck over. Because the pins on it are bent for the input. And you could force it to get up in there. But yeah. I was able to seemingly somewhat bend it back into a better position, make it easier, but fuck. Making me fucking work for it. I swear to God. I'm gonna have to start clocking in and out instead of just doing a flat rate. That one dude's video about this movie is bugging me. Because he did such a good job drawing out the whole fucking timelines and all the overlapping and all that. But like, why? Why was he so certain that there were only two versions of Jess? A, the movie's called Triangle. B, we see three different perspectives blatantly represented throughout the film. Three iterations of herself. Even though that, yeah, they are kind of all the same. Because they're all the same, all that, yeah. But yeah, like, what the fuck? There was also something else. Oh yeah, even there's a mirror that she encounters at one point when she realizes what's happening, and even that is shown as a three-piece mirror, which is supposed to indicate, according to IMDb, that there is three perspectives of her. One thing's for sure, my back's definitely sore today, right now. have you been? I need to change it up. Stretching isn't it's not helpful. Stretching isn't what's necessary. This goes back, way back to our conversation around a year ago about the difference in stretching and weak muscles and how you need to work out, not just stretch. Because if you just stretch and don't work out, your muscles are still going to be weak, and the stretching isn't going to help, and shit's still going to be fucked up. I need to start doing some proper workouts. Get some strengthening going in my left ass and lower back, aka core. My glutamus maximus, my gluten-free maximus. Because I injured my back and couldn't move for fucking a week and a half. And can barely move still. Oh yeah, I forgot about this part. One of the parts where she figures out, what's going on and how this is just a loop and everything's happening and whatnot. She ends up, crying on the floor and then looking down this metal grate and seeing like potentially hundreds of her necklaces that have fallen through there from her, falling down and crying in that spot after realizing what's going on. Well, she doesn't even still fully realize what's going on. She just thinks she knows now. Now she's at the... Let's see, fuck, which one? Which one is she now? No, I think we're still at the victim. Victim Jess. There's the victim, grief-ridden Jess. There's the abusive, angry, uh, killer Jess. And then the one that kind of, I guess, figures it out. The observer. The Sisyphus. Yeah, I'm just honestly trying to. I'm having trouble figuring out which one's which, aside from the angry, abusive Jess. That one's fucking evil. But I think that's why we're watching the movie. We're watching the Observer, the Sisyphus one, the one that you know continues the never-ending loop. The one that's kind of bouncing between, that can be, a victim, but also has that evil in her, which is why she's, capable of throwing the evil version of herself away, but still continues the fucking path. Yep, that's the one I'm going with. We're watching The Observer. Bouncing the dichotomy of her inner psyche. See, like, this is a key point right here in the movie where I feel like could have been easily solved if she just gave them a code word. Like, she handed these two the gun, even though they didn't trust her, and we're like, hey, come here, I can save us. Shoot anyone that comes near. And then she just kind of runs away. And then, they end up falling scheme to a different version of her. When she could have just been like, even if another, because she's warning them about another version of herself. She just didn't directly say another version of me. So she could have easily been like, even if I come here, shoot me unless I say pickle beans. I don't know. Granted, the other iteration of her probably would have also known that, but still, the attempt could have been made. just like the whole attempt of this endless loop. I feel like that would have even been a cool twist. Like, you know, she thinks that the code word's going to keep them safe, you know, so that you know, she's the only version of her that knows it, and then they meet a different version that still knows it. Like, oh my god, yeah, of course, because it's a loop and she's herself, and of course she'd know. But this version obviously wouldn't think that yet. Well, that's what I'm saying. We're watching one loop. We're watching the observer, in my opinion. Because throughout the whole thing, we never really get you know, anybody else's perspectives. We just see the other iterations happening on the ship as they, you know, encounter those paths. So the whole time, you know, we're kind of seeing a victim Jess and then an evil Jess, but then there's also another victim Jess, which I think is the true victim, and the victim that we're watching the perspective of is the perspective of herself. Like, she's watching the good versus evil of herself do this loop as she is a part of it, continuing it. Like, I don't even think she becomes the other versions of herself. They're just all in separate loops and duplicates of herself. Which is why we get, you know, two of the same person in the same place at the same time. So realistically, all three of these, there's three loops happening simultaneously, essentially. Which is why I want to record this and play all three at the same time. And, like, see what's happening at those parts. Like, we don't get the full loop of each one, but we get to see where each point starts, basically, where they interject. Because, I mean, it definitively even shows you that there's at least two ways that this ends. One with the evil version of her and one with the victim version of her. And it ends the same exact way. But yeah, the moral of my story is there's three copies of this timeline happening simultaneously in loop. But it's, you know, different parts of her psyche. in each one. Triangle. It reminds me of that TikTok dude. Le Triangle. I fucking love that shit. Like, it annoys me, but I also fucking love it every time it comes up. It's probably gonna pop up now that I'm saying it out loud in front of my phone. There's this dude on TikTok called Le Triangle. See, there's all three versions of her. Well, I don't know about all three, but there are three versions of her right now, watching herself do. Well, watching herself kill herself, basically. But yeah, anyway, this dude on TikTok, he's called Le Triangle or something, and he speaks with like a French or Italian accent, and it's just a close up of a fucking tennis racket, and then he's got like this giant Sharpie and some scissors, and then he just starts like tapping the scissors on it, and then no 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 no, and then le triangle, and he just like repeatedly draws this fucking triangle on the racket, and then he just starts tapping again, do toi, and then he cuts something, and then do toi, and then he cuts something, but like he pretends to be doing this fucking pattern. There's never a fucking pattern because it's never the goddamn same. He just counts 3 and then picks a random fucking string near the area and cuts it. But it's fucking great. You've seen one of them? Yeah. I've seen a lot of them. I don't even fucking like it. I don't share it. Nothing. I don't interact, but they fucking keep coming back. And it's like, God damn it. I do fucking kind of love it. Yeah. I think she was a terrible mother. Yeah, there's two ways. She either killed her son, and the police think he's missing, and she went on the yacht as an alibi, or she was just an abusive mother, and she was gonna go on the yacht on a day off, but instead was arguing with her kid on the way there and fucking killed him and her, and now they're stuck in this purgatory where she thinks that he's at, well, yeah, she thinks he's at school and she's going on the yacht with them anyway. And guilt ridden, she tries to do anything she can to get back to him, only to come to terms with the fact that one way or another, she was the cause of his death. Whether or not it was by her hand or in the car on the way to the yacht. Dude, I swear to God, I thought it was the multiverse theory when that shit came up. It's like this whole time I was just like, okay, this is, and what pisses me off too, even though I've only seen it twice now, is everybody that keeps saying this is like Groundhog Day or Happy Death Day or Happy Birthday, whatever, and then Palm Springs. Like, no, this is not like any of those, because those are definitive time loops. They are somebody that is reliving the same actual day repeatedly until they learn a fucking life lesson. This is somebody that's dead, that's trapped in purgatory. Completely different. Yeah. That's why if you notice in my Discord, I put it under time loop, not under Groundhog Day movies. There is two different categories for that. Dude, I got bruises on my knee. Where the fuck did that come from? Crazy. Yeah, in my opinion, in order to be qualified under a Groundhog Day type situation, it not only has to be some sort of time loop where, you know, you have to die for it to repeat, but also you have to live once that cycle's broken, and that cycle can be broken. This cycle can't be broken. And like there's some pretty definitive clues that we get that, you know, they are indeed in the afterlife, or, you know, purgatory. Not quite the afterlife. Like, we even have the represented ferryman that carries you to the other side via a taxi driver. Who also makes some ominous statements and quotes at the end. Whoa! This is why you don't fuck around with scissors, dude. Stop. Stop. You know, one of the things I used to do when I was little was lie on the floor and throw darts at my ceiling fan. You ever done that? You never had a ceiling fan. So you never got the opportunity. Let me tell you, when you get the chance, just lie on the ground, throw a couple darts at the ceiling fan, see what happens. Live a little. No. I mean, there's a probability that that happens, but statistically speaking, it is a gamble. The only time I ever got hit was honestly by my own hand. It didn't even hit the fan that time. And it was because I was trying to throw it as I dove back onto my bed. And when my back hit the bed, my feet went in the air. And when my feet went in the air, the dart left my hand. And when the dart left my hand, it entered my foot. It's the only time I ever got punctured by a dart. Out of all the times I threw it at a ceiling fan. Dude, I don't care if this bitch is a figment of her imagination or not. She's fucking cunt. I don't even know why she tried to help her in this stupid loop. From the get-go, we see that she hates her. And then even right here, like in this impossible situation, there's evil Jess on the balcony trying to kill them. Well, no, he already killed somebody and he fell off the balcony. And then she comes running up trying to help. And then this other bitch is like, "You killed him! You killed him! He said you killed him!" Which he didn't, because they were on the lower floor and he was above them. So I don't even know how they heard the conversation. And then, yeah, either way, I don't think they heard the conversation. And like, even if they did, why would you think that she did it when fell from above you and she's directly next to you within 30 fucking seconds? Like, mathematically speaking, and you don't know that there's two of them. So like, without that context, there's no fucking way. So this kind of goes back to the point of I don't think that they ever did get on that yacht. They were invited but didn't make it. They died on the way. So realistically, those conversations that we hear about her and what's going on are for our benefit only. And they are completely subjective in her minds, to her minds. So she's going on this boat trip with this dude that she potentially has interest in and potentially has interest in her. And he's got a buddy that he's talked to about her. And they've got their other friends. And one of them's a jealous chick that doesn't like her. Maybe they do know each other or have met before. I don't think they did. I don't know. I'll have to watch this movie more. Twice is not enough. It's a oh shit, yeah. And this movie is almost over, but I still got like 15 minutes. You should probably do the bed thing. I just realized. I think there's 3 points where she falls asleep in the movie. Twice in the beginning, once at the end, and each time is a callback to the end. And she wakes up having that quote unquote bad dream and remembers how it ends, and then, yeah. Good night. Have fun.